Good day, viewers, and welcome to the Sports Rap Show. I am your host, Brian Munango, updating and unpacking the latest sports news. Well, on this show, it's definitely going to be a jammer or a banged up episode. We do have Jevon in studio with us today just to talk about the English Premier League, Ivory Coast, what else? English FA Cup, where we saw a few upset results and we saw the round for the next knockout stages being drawn up. But we first have to get into our special segment, 𝗙𝗚𝗡𝗔𝗟𝗘, before we dive into anything else.
Champions League, we've got the favourites, and if they're on song, well, they'll give us a bit of everything to enjoy. Well, here we go, the first of taste, and the break is on here. It's a red card. Vinicius Junior! Oh my goodness! There works the space well. Lewandowski! Oh, magnificent! That is a stunner! Haaland! What a finish! Coming onto it now to shoot! Champions of Europe, finally!
The 2023-24 UEFA Champions League. Be moved with every game live on SuperSport. Upgrade to Compact Plus.
Well, I'm sure we all saw the drama that unfolded last night in the Ivory Coast and not Ivory Coast, but in the Nigeria and South Africa game, where we saw South Africa trailing 1-0 behind, and then we saw Nigeria capitalizing, scoring another goal, leading the game 2-0 just before the game was called by VAR, and South Africa had a penalty which saw the game end 1-1 extra time, and then we saw Nigeria going through on penalties. But in the other game where we saw Ivory Coast comfortably get past Congo, so that means we are set up for a wonderful final. I just want to show you guys a display of how the knockout stages panned out. As you can see, Nigeria took on Cameroon in the round of 16s, came out strong in that one. They took on Angola, they beat Angola, and then that's how they saw themselves in the semi-finals against South Africa, beating South Africa, and now they have the chance to win their 4th trophy. On the other hand, country host nation Ivory Coast beat Mali. After beating Mali, we saw them get the best of DRC Congo, a team that has been dominating in the tournament as well. So now we are set for a wonderful final between Nigeria and Ivory Coast, while the guys who will fight for the scraps are South Africa and RD Congo. So very excited for those matches. Definitely do drop your predictions down in the comments below. Let us know who you guys think will be winning these games, and with that, let's take a look at what's next on the hit list.
We've always had the bravery to stand up for what is Namibian, from protecting our homes to fighting injustices. We still celebrate what it means to us and raise a glass to those who show their bravery. No matter how they take on the world, with all this potential in the land of the brave, what will you do to make this Namibia your Namibia?
Life Fighters Football Club has announced the appointment of George Ochurub as interim coach. Well, the former Citizens FC coach is tasked with saving the club's season after they find themselves in the relegation zone of the Debmarine Namibia Premiership. Well, the club's spokesperson 𝗙𝗓𝗓𝗓 confirmed the signing. Let's take a look at the video.
My name is 𝗙𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, the commercial director of Life Fighters Football Club, and we are making the necessary announcement today. Understanding the uphill battle that Life Fighters Football Club have faced during the first leg, we have brought in experience in terms of Coach George, who is taking over the helm of Life Fighters Football Club moving forward. until the end of this second leg. And obviously with him come with a lot of experience fighting the relegation battle for more than 2 consecutive times. His credentials speak volume for itself. So these are the necessary announcements that we need to put out to all the media houses.
Well, if you follow Sports Tribe, then you know Thursday is a day for English Premier League, where Jevon Wilson joins us in studio and we discuss what's happening in the Premier League. Who do we see winning? Give out a few betting tips for the likes of JSB and also just talking about how the game is rolling and who's winning where, and keeping you guys informed with stuff like that. But we will be back after the break with Jevon Wilson to talk about the Premier League. Well, and just like that, as you guys know, it's Thursdays and we are back with another banger episode, and we are joined by the one and only Jevon Wilson. Jevon, how are you doing today, brother man?
Doing pretty well. Obviously, the nation is mourning our late president.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a dark time this week. So yeah, but we are with the family, and we give our condolences to the family, and we are with them in the morning.
Definitely, we are sending our condolences from the sports team, and like Jevon himself said. But Jevon, let's talk about things of the matter, which is football. Let's first start off with, I think I'm going to give mention to the competition in Ivory Coast, the AFCON that's going so well that we are enjoying. FA Cup yesterday, did you make some bucks? Did you jump in? Did you?
Unfortunately not. South Africa disappointed once again. Bafana they had a couple of chances there. But congratulations to Nigeria making it to the final. Ivory Coast as well, host nation. I think it's going to be a very interesting final. It's going to be a good one. I think Nigeria on our betting platform are slight favorites. Just interesting. I think 2.7, and we're offering for Ivory Coast 2.8.
Sure.
We're also very close when it comes to the third and fourth playoff game. South Africa and Congo. I think it's 3.25,
3.5. I saw it in this morning.
Yeah, for South Africa, and then Congo's a little bit lower than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I encourage everyone to get on. It's the last 2 games of the AFCON. It's been a very wonderful AFCON, I would say, especially for our nation. We did well, first time winning and first time qualifying for the knockouts. Yeah. So yeah, I want to encourage everyone to get on and then make a few bucks over the weekend.
With that being said, you guys know you need to be 18 and above to get on JSB. Then you can bet any games you like. But he said we have good games. I checked them this morning. I saw the odds on South Africa, who I'm slightly leaning towards to win that game. It's good 3 odds. And then Ivory Coast, I think they'll win it. I honestly think they'll win it because they've been so lucky throughout this whole tournament. But let's park that bus on hold first. Let's first see how Jevon's picks went for game week 22, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's game week 23 actually. We're going into 24. Yeah. So yeah, Jevon, just run us through
6.5. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be quick there. Obviously Spurs. I don't know what happened there with Spurs. I think they're missing Son a bit. Yeah. Brighton, I thought they would win that. Not as high scoring as I thought. Burnley got the draw there. Fulham, I mean, I thought Burnley would actually get the win. Yeah. Newcastle, I went with a high scoring 6-0. They did score 4, but they conceded 4. So that didn't help much. Yeah. Villa 5, I went with a 1-0 there. So yeah, Villa got the win. That was obvious, I think. Bournemouth with a draw. I think Bournemouth could have won the match there. Yeah. Chelsea. Congratulations to you for Chelsea though. Yeah, I did go with the Wolves win. Chelsea disappointing. Wolves are playing really good football. Just they've been unlucky in a couple of matches. United with a 2-0. Yeah, they scored an extra one there. Outstanding match there from Garnacho and striker Højlund. Yeah. Arsenal with the win against Liverpool. I thought that would happen as well. And then, yeah. You went for the upset? I went for the upset. I thought Ivan Toney 1-0. But then City came back. Mope scored the first goal. And then Man City being City came back with a Foden hat-trick.
And did what they do. Oh, that's a wonderful game. Okay, well, the top 10 as it looks, I forgot to take a picture of my results, but at the top 10 as it looks, this is how it's standing at the moment. We have 𝗙𝗡𝗡 at first place. You know, Zoo has been in the mix for a while now, but he's been in the top 4 a minute. Shout out to the man himself, 𝗙𝗡𝗡𝗡 always making sure he's always in the top 5 every time. That consistency though.
But also 𝗙𝗚𝗡𝗚𝗘 is slowly creeping in like a crocodile himself. So yeah, one to watch out for.
And you can see the competition is really tight between the top 4 and I would say the top 5, top 6. Because if you see top 1, the first guy has 225. A point behind him is 𝗙𝗚𝗡𝗚, same point,
yeah.
Zoa 𝗙𝗚𝗡𝗚 with 0.5 behind them. Mr. Klopp probably loves Liverpool there. He's also behind with just 1 point or 2 points from the top. So, like, guys, the competition is really tight and it's understandable. I mean, we have a lot of money up for grabs. You can definitely walk away with, I think, 15K, with 10K, and with the 25K if you finish in the top 3. So the money is there and it is up for grabs. So let's dive into it. Let's talk about before we talk about the round of 16s, not the round of 16s, but before we do talk about the Premier League, we do have the FA Cup.
Yeah,
FA Cup results are in. The draw is done. If you take a look at the draw there, which games are you excited for in the FA Cup?
Well, obviously an all Premier League clash between United and Forest. That's a good one. Yeah, I think Brighton and Wolves as well. I think that's an interesting game. Both teams, I think, on the same level playing field. Wolves are playing very well. Brighton now looks like they're getting back to their recent form, to their last season's form. Chelsea, Leeds are doing well in the Championship. So and Chelsea, they got a convincing win against Villa last night. So a couple of interesting clashes there. Obviously, another Premier League clash is City and Luton. Luton at home there.
And then I think one to point out as well is Leicester taking on Bournemouth.
Definitely, Leicester flying, Bournemouth with Solanke, you know. So
it's going to be goals. All I see is a lot of goals in this one. But yeah, moving on to our next round, which is now the round 24 in the Premier League. We're going to give you guys the predictions. So yeah, let's take a look at those ones right there, Jevon. Round 24. We start off with an interesting fixture. Our first game is Man City and Everton. I'm going to go straight off and say 2-0 straight Man City wins.
City 3-0 at home at the Etihad.
Yeah, I think they'll continue that. Fulham and Bournemouth. I definitely can't pick a winner right now, so I'm going to say 2-2.
It's a tough game, but considering Solanke is there, he's been doing really well. I think Bournemouth can edge it 1-0.
Bournemouth 1-0.
Yeah.
Okay, Liverpool, Burnley. I'm going to say Liverpool bounce back from their defeat. I say 4-5-0. No response from Burnley.
No response. I always look at Foster getting one at least. I think Liverpool 3-1.
Liverpool 3-1. Okay, Luton Town, Sheffield. Luton Town in good form, riding on like there's a lot of good energy around the team. So I'm going to say 2-1 Luton Town.
I think Sheffield can possibly get a draw there. They have been not getting any results lately, so they're due for a point. I think Luton and Sheffield 1-1.
Luton, Sheffield 1-1. Okay, Tottenham and Brighton. Tough one to call. I think Son won't be back in time for this game. But if he is, I'm going to go both teams to score. I'll say 2-2 draw.
Yeah, I don't think Son is going to make it. All the traveling and all of that, and hasn't been training with the squad, with the team. Brighton, I think 4-1 in the last match. We just looked at that. I think Brighton can edge that 1-0. I think that could be my upset of the weekend. I think Brighton is winning that match.
2-1.
Yeah.
It's
1-0 Brighton.
Okay, 1-0 Brighton. Wolves and Brentford. This guy's probably I think this is the fourth time they face each other this season. Because in the FA Cup they got drawn against each other and Wolves got through. But for this one, I'm going to say Wolves at home, and Molineux Stadium, it's a fortress sometimes. So Wolves 2-1.
Brian, listen, I can't really separate them. I'll go with a 1-1 draw there.
1-1 draw.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest, Newcastle. Newcastle need to bounce back from that 4-4 draw. They haven't been doing well, so I'm going to say they edge this one 2-1.
Yeah, Newcastle, interesting. They've been inconsistent this season.
Yeah.
Not the Newcastle that we know from last season. Forest at home. A couple of decent players there I like. Possibly another upset. I'll go with a 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. Again, you expect Newcastle to draw back-to-back. West Ham, Arsenal. Guys, the Gunners proved us all wrong, I think. Or right, I don't know. But yeah, the display they put on against Liverpool was just too beautiful for me to ignore. So I'm going to go 3-1 Arsenal.
I go a little bit better there for the Gunners. I think 3-0. Clean sheet, yeah.
Okay, Aston Villa United. The odds for United, before we do talk about, let's keep United for last. Chelsea and Crystal Palace. I'm going to say Chelsea put on a good display against Aston Villa at Villa's house, which is very rare to see. So I'm going to say Chelsea win this one comfortably 2-0.
Look, we all know Palace have been in poor form. They've been doing terribly this season under Roy Hodgson, who's possibly up for a sack. So they need a point there. I would go with a 1-1 draw. Chelsea in the league, inconsistent. They haven't been doing well. Yeah, I would go with a draw there.
Yeah, I think with the Chelsea team, you can never expect, you never know how they're gonna play on that day because they're so inconsistent. But speaking of the last game, like they say, save the best for last. Aston Villa taking on Manchester United. The reason why I wanted to leave that game for last is because of the odds, just because of the odds specifically. So United's odds 3.25, 3.3, close to that, to beat Villa at home. What are your thoughts on that?
Good odds. I mean, if I was a punter, I'll jump on immediately before those odds lower or drop. United, obviously, convincingly against West Ham. I think the team, because the squad is now back, Martinez out once again, which is a big blow for us. However, the young boys, Kobe and Garnacho and Rasmus, really on form.
Yeah.
Villa as well. Villa have been playing outstanding football. They had a high-scoring match last weekend. Poor game against Chelsea. But I feel like United are in a better moment. I think United could possibly win that match.
Win that match, eh?
Yeah, I would go 1-0.
Yeah.
1-0 United.
I think I'll be
tough game.
I'm gonna give this guys to the bettors out there. This one is like now an exclusive one from us. I would say Manchester United to win and both teams to score. That would probably come in around 5-6. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys hop on, trust Manchester United to win. I think Villa can score because they'll be at home. So I expect a similar result to Chelsea, like a 3-1, 4-1. Kobe Mino is the midfielder in form right now. So I'm going to say United win that one. 3-2, 3-1.
Villa have always been a bogey team for United. Yeah. It's been tough. I mean, a couple of seasons ago, I know Leon Bailey tormented us, even at Old Trafford. So it's going to be a very tough match. But yeah, we'll see Sunday evening.
So yeah, we'll wait for that game. But before we do close off, I'd just like to show us to go through the thing that we did put on hold. That's the AFCON tournament that's happening in Ivory Coast. Let's just take a look at how this tournament has progressed and where we are now, seeing from where we started with the round of 16s. If you have to quickly run us through the quarterfinals, which one do you think was your most surprising result from the quarterfinals? And then we give our predictions for the Nigeria and Ivory Coast final, and then the third place playoffs between South Africa and DR Congo.
Yeah, Brian, look, obviously Cape Verde were a team in form. South Africa beating them on penalties, and Williams to be the first international goalkeeper in a FIFA international recognized match to win to save four penalties was outstanding for them to qualify there. So that's obviously a standout fixture. Mali, Côte d'Ivoire, I mean, they're the host nation, but they're without a coach as well.
Yeah.
They're without a coach as well. So you could look at that as well as one of the matches of the quarterfinals, but I would say South Africa and Cape Verde.
South Africa and Cape Verde, that's an interesting one. Okay, for me personally, I would say, Mali did really play a good tournament. Surprise for me with the dark horses of the tournament, I'll say RDC. They surprised me more than any other team did in this tournament. Went through the group stages without scoring a goal, without winning a game, without scoring a goal, drawing all their games, getting to the round of 16, drawing that game, winning on penalties to get through. They beat Guinea on penalties as well, if I'm not mistaken. And Ivory Coast, the game, they considered only one goal. So I can say they're definitely a good team. So I'd like to see them against South Africa. But for prediction-wise, before we do leave, I would say, I think Ivory Coast win this just because of how the hype has been set, how they've been winning games. They've been winning games on penalties, and I think it will be the same case with this one. But South Africa and Congo, I'll say South Africa get through us in that one. I think they will get us like a 1-0 win for that one.
Look, based on what you just said, I think it's going to be very tough. I mean, I think both clashes, the final and the playoff match, I think both matches are very close.
Yeah.
Anything can happen, possibly go to penalties. I think Nigeria only conceded like 2 goals this tournament. So there's sound at the back as well. It's going to be an interesting final. It's going to be an interesting playoff match. So we encourage everyone to get out there, make your predictions, and yeah, you never know what happens.
You can win
That's
yourself
the beauty of the game.
That's the beauty of the game. You can win yourself a $50 free bet. You can win yourself a $500 funding on your JSB account that you can withdraw on the spot. Most of you know it because you guys have been involved in the game. But yes, definitely make sure to join our group. We are almost at 801 subscribers. 800 already?
Yeah, 801. 801 players. So
where are you? 61st?
63.
Not bad.
63rd out of 800. I mean,
that's high.
Yeah.
I think I'm around like 32, 33. Yeah, like
the champion.
But yeah, we'll be pushing still. So yeah, with that being said, guys, definitely make sure that you do join the sports rap, the JSB sports rap giveaway competition that we do have going on, where you can win yourself some money, and also like at the end of the year, the
end of the season, the mega giveaway. We have the 2 vehicles up for grabs still. Make a $20 bet on retail or in store, I mean, or online, and if there is a losing ticket, you automatically enter into the draw, which is around the corner.
So it doesn't have to be Premier League game; it's whatever.
Any sports match. Any sports match.
Have like maybe
a couple of entries there.
Yeah, so hopefully I also stand a chance to win most. Like there's no.
Yeah, I mean, speak to your employer. I don't think there is any clause in there.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in once more. We'll be back again next week, Thursday. Champions League is back.
Yes.
So by the time we do talk next week, we will be through, I think, with the Champions League knockout stages. So yeah, guys, do make sure you do stay tuned for that. And for me, Brian Monango and Jevon, we will see you guys next week, Thursday.
We are all seeking connection to each other, to the world, to the spaces we exist in.
Poor sportsmanship right now from the lads.
You might be physically ready, your body is ready, but mentally.
Here's another chance, and it is a goal from Vindo Kahn.
Sy sê wie hy is daar neertrek en hy bal het my grond gevat. Ja, hy het grond gevat en is hy.
But just enough next.
Running that mountain up. Okay, so we will be doing this for the mountain climber. More advanced, slightly advanced.
So is jou trolley reg? Want
I love that. So then
Kickstart our countdown at number 5 with this one. Op Netwerk TV se Klets Kompas gesels ons nuus van 'n Maandag tot Donderdag. Ons kyk ook na die weer en meer. Stories wat jou raak en stories wat saak maak.
They've made a mistake in denying me bail, and they've made several other mistakes in many other cases.
The channels that teach us something new or reflect our expression. So it goes beyond switching to the right station. It's about choosing the experience that can adorn the present, dressing it with our tastes as we
expand our preferences, because what we are actually connecting to is boundless, limitless human energy. And this is the spirit of NTV.
Okay, well, Ario Ochurub is on standby to tell us more about the AFCON games and what transpired last night. I will definitely be seeing you guys tomorrow again. Same time, same place. From me, it's goodbye, but stay tuned for Ario Ochurub.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with rugby first. It is Six Nations news. It is the Six Nations rugby, the 6 best rugby teams in Europe playing. It will be week 2 this coming weekend, and the news from France is that Paul Willemse, their lock, he's been banned for 2 weeks. That's after receiving a red card in France's home game against Ireland that France lost. It was Ireland that won that first game, and it is France that play against Scotland. That's a away game for them, so it is Paul Willemse suspended for 2 games. He will miss the game against Scotland and also miss the next game against Italy. Also news from England is that England play against Wales. That will be at Twickenham, and they hope that injured prop Ellis Genge will be ready to play. He was a late withdrawal. That was before England's first game against Italy that England won, and he had a foot injury. But it is expected that he'll be back to play at Twickenham against Wales this coming weekend. The other game on this weekend is Ireland that will host Italy. On to cricket news. South Africa playing a 2-test series against New Zealand. That is in New Zealand. The first test, a big win for New Zealand. That game is done. There's going to be 2 tests played, and it's New Zealand that won by 281 runs. South Africa had to chase a massive 4th innings score of 528 to win, and they were bowled out for 247 in their 2nd innings, with only David Bedingham. He scored some runs, 87 runs for the South African Proteas. The 2nd test will be played at Hamilton, and that will be from the 13th to the 17th of February. And it is mostly of all of the first choice test players of the Proteas at the moment playing the SA20 series in South Africa, not available for the test series against New Zealand. And to conclude today's international sports news, it is soccer news and news from Liverpool. They're looking for a new coach, and that is after Jurgen Klopp announced that he will step down at the end of the season. And the news is that they reportedly made contact with Bayern Leverkusen coach. His name is Xabi Alonso. And Xabi Alonso, he also played for Liverpool between 2004 and 2009. He played 143 games for Liverpool. Not very experienced.